Hi, Chris Thomas here, 30-second fly fishing tips. Today we're going to talk about one of my favorite ways to fly fish, and that is fly fishing for largemouth bass, smallmouth bass. I started out as a trout fisherman, but I really enjoy bass fishing with my fly rod. And when I get out there in my pontoon boat or my kayak or whatever I have to get out to them, sometimes off the shore, but I really do enjoy that. I'm going to talk a little bit about rods and what to use for bass fishing. If you're new to fly fishing for bass, probably the smallest rod, depending on where you're at and how big the bass are. But if they're very big, about a 5-weight rod would be about the smallest. Now I have a tendency to use long rods, so this is a 5-weight, 4-piece, 10-foot rod. Gets me out there, keeps me above the weeds and the trees when I cast. I really like this one a lot. I use it a lot. Some of the other ones I use are I have both a 6 and a 7-weight rod, basically by TFO. Now I don't specifically say TFO are the best. I just happen to use TFOs to bass fish. Both of them are 10 feet long. Get me a little bit higher. And these actually 6 and 7-weight rods have fighting butts on them. So if the bass go into the moss, you can really pull up on them. Those are a couple things to consider when you're going to fish for bass is getting a longer rod, a fairly substantial rod, 5, 6, 7, maybe even an 8-weight rod, depending on if you're in Texas where they're really big, or Florida. You might have to go to an 8-weight rod where you can really yank them out of the moss. But if you're going to start fly fishing for bass, those are the size rods you should consider.